Alright, so this is just going to be another fast video. So, I made this GIF. Somebody made the other part with them with the glasses on and deal with it. I just added the crowns to it. The main reason I did it is because these people have become our arbitrary rulers of law. They literally can decide that the sky is not blue, it's green. They can decide that down is up, whatever it is. And people will say, well, no, that doesn't make any sense. Well, yes, it does. Because if somebody writes something, so say you are a writer, or say you're a journalist, right? And in your journalism, you say, well, let's just say I don't believe in the state of Israel. I don't believe that they have the right to go over there and colonize this land, right? Just say hypothetically. So you're saying it's okay for people down the line, say 30 years down the line, when you're no longer active or you don't care about it anymore, for these people to come along, take your writings that you wrote and you specifically said and you meant exactly what you said, and for these people to come along and say, well, he didn't mean he was necessarily against all of Israel. He just meant he was against certain parts of it. He may have been against Israel taking over the whole land, but he wasn't for just a little portion of the land going to the Israelis. How would you feel if what you wrote and what you meant was completely misrepresented and completely changed years down the line? That's what's happening with these people. We have to go back to exactly what the founding fathers said, what the senators said who wrote the legislation. We can't just have people interpreting it based on whatever they want to interpret it as. They meant what they wrote, and we have to go back and debate on this. We have to go back and look at the writings when they first came out. We can't just say, well, these people decided that that's what they meant, so we have to accept it. So this is to the liberals too. So if me and a gang of my friends decide to make a political party, and somehow by some miracle one of us becomes a president, and we get to elect some Supreme Court justices, let's just say hypothetically, right? So is it okay for us to get a majority rule and basically arbitrarily decree that it's now illegal for you to be gay? Not only that, abortion is completely illegal. You will be prosecuted and thrown in jail for it. I know all of you liberals right there would just be, oh, you'd have a heart attack if that happened, right? But that's your logic. You're saying it's okay for them to do that to everybody else, but why can't we do that to you? Think about that. Think about that seriously. These people aren't elected representatives. That's what our country is. We elect representatives. These people were never elected. They were never voted in. They're basically usurping bureaucrats, if you want to be completely serious about it. There is nothing in the system that can check their power. I mean, really. And for you people to support this, it's just absolutely ridiculous, because they can be used against you tenfold. So think about what I said, and then also too, the main Supreme Court case that you guys need to study is Marbury versus Madison, obviously. This is where Justice Marshall and all of his crony Federalists got a way to basically make the Supreme Court the law of the land, pretty much, just to sabotage Jefferson's administration. If you didn't read about this, you really should. I read a couple books on this, but at least read the Supreme Court's deliberation in this case, and how they decided to basically take over all the branches without actually saying they did it. It's really amazing what they did, and they were pretty brilliant in what they did. So I'm going to include a link in there for the Marbury Madison case, so you guys can at least look it over and see where all of this nonsense started. It started off right away, and it was over partisanship. It was over the Federalists versus the Democratic Republicans.